You could post every single day. You could get 10,000 followers. You could even get featured on major podcasts and still make almost nothing because visibility isn't your problem, packaging is. I'm Mariana Dalto, your AI strategy and business growth coach. And today we're diving into one of the biggest revenue unlocks for entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, and small business owners. Most people think they need more leads, more content, more followers, but here's what's actually blocking them. Their ideas aren't packaged in a way where people instantly understand value, that you provide and they buy from you. So today I am going to show you the 5 ways people learn so you can create products that feel made for your audience. The 8 most profitable digital product types with exact pricing and sales math so that can help you figure out your own suite of products. And the 4 service offers that create predictable, scalable income. So by the end of this video, you'll have the clarity and the structure to turn your knowledge into a real revenue engine. Okay? So let's get into it. So first, we want to talk about the mindset shift that you probably need to have in your business if you are with low revenue right now. So before we talk about, again, the products and the pricing, I need to give you that mindset shift that changed everything from, the clients that I work with. Most entrepreneurs think they're selling time, but here's the truth. You don't you don't sell minutes, you sell transformation. And transformation needs structure, it needs packaging. Think about all the people who are brilliant at what they do, yet they are stuck at 40,000, 60,000, 80,000 a year. Not because they lack talent or experience, because they are very good at it, right? Very good at what they do, but because they haven't turned their expertise into something people can actually purchase. So in that training, that is this training that I'm gonna take you today, I'm referring to, like I'm giving you like an example from a client who had 20 years teaching meditation, deeply gifted, has a lot of experience in this area, life-changing work, but she was making about 40,000 a year. Not because she wasn't good enough, not because she wasn't posting enough on social media, but because when someone asked, "What do you do?" she just said meditation. And people said, "Oh, well, that's nice." But there's no urgency, there's no transformation, there's no sale. When she repackaged her meditation services to higher purpose coaching for overwhelmed professionals, everything really shifted. Her pricing tripled, her calendar got filled with appointments, her clients started referring other clients. So it was basically the same expertise, but a different package. So as I go through this episode today, I want you to ask yourself one question. What would you what would be my expertise look like if I were to package, as a product instead of just an idea? Now that your brain is warmed up with this kind of idea on how to maybe look at things differently, let's get into what people actually want to buy. Okay. So here's where people get tripped up all the time. You think your market wants information, but what they really want is the right format, the one that feels natural to them, the way they kind of consume your information. And this is what matters to you. When you know your ideal client prefers to learn, you stop guessing what to create and you start building products that feel that they're made for them. So there are 5 ways humans prefer to learn. And when you create products in these formats, you increase both the revenue and the reach, right? So we can talk about, so let's talk about the highest opt-in format. People love downloading ebooks because it feels like they are preparing for the future. They are collecting resources. They are getting ready to take action. If your audience likes to research, right, before they buy, then reading based products are the entry point for your services. The second one is, if we go into another format, which is the highest completion rate, this one, the one I'm talking about. And so these will be people who listen in the car, people that listen while they're walking, while they're cooking. It fits into the busy lives without requiring extra screen time. And I'm talking about podcasts, audiobooks, voice notes, audio trainings, anything in this audio, like where people can listen to it. And I have to say, this is one of mine because I listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm driving. And in my case, I love listening to books. So that's my way of learning. Like, I love that. I also like video too. But so everyone has a style, right? So you kind of need to figure out what your audience how they like to consume your content. So then you can provide that in different formats. So again, if your audience is always on the go, these audio products will remove that barrier, right? The third one is watching videos, webinars, trainings. This has the highest perceived value. When people see your face, hear your voice, watch how you explain things, they feel like they are in the room with you. And that builds trust, right? And it helps to build trust faster when you do video. So if your audience craves connection and wants to feel like they know you, video is probably your leverage point here. The fourth one is group experiences. And this one will be examples like challenges. You can do online challenges, you can do workshops, you can do live events, any group training. And this creates something that other formats can, which is kind of belonging, accountability, that collective energy. And people show up differently when they're part of a group and they like to belong to something, right? So if your audience thrives for being a part of a community, to have that kind of momentum, group experiences will be your highest converting offers. The next one is one-on-one interaction. This will be more like private coaching or consulting on doing private audits, VIP days, something that is one-on-one, that you have that personal attention with that person. And nothing beats customization. So some clients want your eyes on their specific situation, and they're willing to pay premium prices for having that one-on-one experience. So if your audience has complex problems and values, basically personalized attention, then this is your high ticket lane. Okay. So now here's the strategic piece. If your audience are busy professionals, maybe audio products could be for you. If they are visual learners who want to feel connected, then video will be your option. If they want community and accountability, group programs is the way to go. So match the format to the buyer and you will remove that friction from the sale. When you combine these modalities across your product suite, your message becomes strategic and becomes magic. And it tells you exactly what to package next. It really will help you with that. Okay, now let's get into the good part, which is the 8 digital product types people buy over and over again. And I'm going to give you each product, the typical kind of price point, and exactly how many sales you need to in order to hit, let's say, 100,000 a year. Because when you see the math, then you realize how achievable this actually is. I always talk about having targets for your business, but this is basically so you can have an overall target for your business. But now we're talking about targets for the specific products that you sell in your business. So then you can get to the target, the overall target for your business. So here's how I want you to think about this. The first 3 are your entry level offers. You will have low price but high volume, right? So the next 3 are going to be the mid tier, where It's going to be more value that you're going to offer. It's going to be fewer sales, but a little bit higher price. And then the last two are the authority builders. Those are premium positioning, and it'll have the maximum leverage. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with the first one, which is ebooks. And I would say like an average price could be $27. This is your perfect lead magnet or a starter product. Ebooks have the highest opt-in rate because they feel low risk and high value. People download them thinking, I will read this later. Many of them won't, but this is the psychology about getting people opting in for this book. So a $27 book, you need about 308 sales per month to hit 100,000 a year. That's roughly about 10 sales per day. The key with ebooks, you should solve one specific problem completely. Don't try to teach everything you know. Teach one thing, but well. Let's say for leadership consultants, this could be the 90-day, I don't know, execution transition playbook, or 5 conversations every new manager avoids. For service providers, could be the client retention blueprint, or how to raise your rates without losing clients. I don't know. There's so many topics that you can pick based on your expertise, but the whole purpose is like be specific on one topic and go deep on that one and give as much value as you can. The second one is membership and community programs. And you can charge around $47 a month for this type of offer. And this is your monthly recurring revenue machine. So if you have 177 members paying $47 a month, you get about 100,000 a year. And once they're in, many stay for months, sometimes years, right? So this is a great offer. You can include templates, trainings, Q&A calls, tools, community access, whatever serves your audience based on what you offer. The beauty of memberships is its predictable income, which who doesn't like that, right? You wake up in the morning, the first thing, you can see like really how much is coming in every month. So this is the part of having memberships. The third one is challenges. This one is a little more tricky depending on the type of service that you do, but this one will be maybe about, I don't know, $55, let's say that, to look at some sort of price points. And this one is the fastest growing product types that you could maybe use. A challenge is about 3-day focus experience where you will guide people through a specific transformation. Think about maybe launch your podcast in 5 days, or build, like the way I do, build an AI workflow in 3 days, like something that is concrete that at the end of this challenge, they're going to be able to get it done. But they have to be live and they have to be part of the experience, right? But the people like that. That's why they sign up for these kind of offers. So if you do a $55 challenge, you need about 150 sales per month. And these challenges are incredible for momentum, engagement, and upsells. So people will finish the challenge fire up because they got to finish to get some end product at the end of the challenge, and then they're ready to buy the next offer. So this is a great one. The next one is templates. You can sell templates for maybe $97. And these could be examples like checklists or prompts or contracts, workflows, anything that you can put on a template that based on what you serve. And this is the sleeper products most people ignore, but it prints money because you just do it once and then it's done. They're really high value. It's low time. You create them once again, and they sell forever if they're still, valuable. So at $97, you need 85 sales per month, and that will be probably less than 3 a day or something like that. So right now, the hottest templates are anything with AI, like prompt packs, content calendars, automation workflows, client onboarding systems, anything with proposal templates, anything that saves people time and removes the guesswork. I remember like when I started my business, I got templates like PowerPoint templates to do presentations. And yes, I used it. No, I don't know if I used it as much as I thought I would, but that was something that I bought in the past and it was helpful for me. It did really save me time, had great design, and I didn't have to work on that, right? So let's say if you're a leadership consultant, maybe strategic planning frameworks could be a template, team assessment tools, quarterly review templates. I don't know, anything that helps with what you do. And these aren't glamorous, but they are exactly what busy professionals need and they will pay for because it saves them time, right? Then the next one is digital courses. These could vary. There could be different price points from 97 to like 497, but let's pick a 197 price point at this point. These often this is where entrepreneurs start, but it doesn't have to be your first step, right? A digital course is self-paced content that walks someone through a complete transformation. So it's really helpful. I mean, I'm a big fan of digital courses, and if your client likes to learn, this is a good way to offer that. At a 197 price point, you can have 42 sales per month to hit $100,000 a year. The key with courses, don't overbuild them. You don't need to have 47 modules. People don't, they like to consume, but not too long. So you need clear outcome and logical path to get there, but don't make it too long. Okay. So if you're watching this and your brain is already spinning with ideas, that's a good sign. And that is exactly what it's supposed to happen. But here's what I don't want you to do. Go and try to get or and build all these ideas at the same time. You only need to start with one. So we will talk about how to choose in a few minutes, but for now, keep watching and notice which of these make you think I could actually do that. So hold on to that thought, okay? Okay, let's keep going. The next one, it's master classes, and you can charge maybe $9.97 for a master class. This is the bridge between the done for use courses and I'm sorry, the do it yourself courses and the high ticket coaching. Okay, that's kind of like the gap between the two. So a master class typically run 8 to 12 weeks and includes some kind of live interaction, whether it could be group calls, feedback sessions, office hours, whatever it is, but you have to have some sort of live interaction there. So if you do a 997 masterclass, you need about 8 sales per month, and that will be 2 per week. Okay. This format works beautiful when you want to teach something comprehensive, but don't want to deliver it on a one-on-one basis. So if you're a leadership consultant, this could be executive present intensive or a leadership through change, a 10-week program for senior leaders, who knows. If you're a consultant, could be, the product side service masterclass or from freelancer to firm, building a consulting practice that scale. Again, there's many things that you can teach depending on what your service is, but those are some ideas to give you a feeling of what would look like. Then you can move into certifications. These are a little higher price points, 2 to 10,000. It all depends on what the topic is about. But this is where you teach your method and license others the use of that method. So the certifications transform you from practitioner to a thought leader. You become the coach's coach, or the trainer's trainer. That's kind of how I see it. So a 2000 certification, you just need about 4 enrollments per month to hit 100,000. So if you developed a proprietary framework, a signature system, or kind of like a unique methodology, that certification is how you scale your impact without scaling your hours. So again, if you're a leadership consultant, maybe you can certify other coaches in your leadership assessment methodology, your executive coaching frameworks, the dynamic systems that maybe you provide. So those are a kind of examples. If you're a consultant, you can license your strategic planning process, anything, that systems that you have put together. So this is how you go from being the expert to owning the expertise. Then some people have online university. This is more like a 5,000 or higher ticket subscriptions. This is the kind of like bundle ecosystem where your courses, your modules, your templates, and the community all it's in one place. And it is positioned as the everything offer for your most committed clients. These changed my business more than anything else because instead of selling like kind of pieces of it, you're selling the whole system. So at a $5,000, you need about 20 clients per year, and that will be less than 2 a month. So I would love to know which product excites you the most. So when you listen to this episode, I would love to hear any comments. If you get my email when you get to the episode or notes, in the notes on the platform, would love to hear which one is the one that resonates to you, and maybe you decide to commit and start building for your business. Okay, so at this point, people usually realize they have way more to offer than they thought. So now let's shift into services. So the four most attractive service offers are, if you're, let's say, or let's say the high perceived value offers, the one clients love because they get deeper access to you. And digital products can scale wide, service scale deep, and the smartest entrepreneurs have both. So you want digital products that could scale wide, and the services can scale deep. So again, you want both. So you can have workshops and seminars started at $497. It could be half day to a multi-day, like maybe a half day, or you can do 1 or 2 or 3 days experiences where you teach live and you charge $497. So you need about 16 participants per month to hit 100,000. These workshops are powerful because they compress transformation into a short window. People live with momentum, clarity, results, not just information. It's really powerful. I've done many workshops and I love them. Okay, so for private coaching or consulting, you can charge from 1,000 to 10,000 a month. This is personalized implementation. Your eyes are on their business, their strategy, their challenges. I love this one. I have to say, I see the transformation of people's businesses, and it's it's impactful in many ways, and the accountability that also people have when they're part of these type of programs. So if you have this offer of $1,000 a month, then you need 8 clients to hit 100,000 a year. Private coaching works best for high-level strategy, complex problems, or clients who want done with you support. And this is, I think, I feel one of the best ones because you're holding the hand to the client, helping them every step of the way. It's intimate, it's customized, and commands premium pricing. And it really, really serves the client the most because they really get to see the business growing for sure. This is my preferred one. Okay, then for service-based consultants, maybe, you can do fractional CMO, fractional COO retainers. There's many things that you can do, but this is a good one. The key is packaging your access and your expertise into named offers with clear outcomes, not just selling consulting by the hour. That's the wrong way to do it. You can also do group coaching. This is the most leveraged model. This is one of my favorites because I do like the private one, but this is great, and it really helps scale your business. It is because group coaches create something private coaching can't, which is that peer energy. So you have the peer energy, but also the clients learn from each other because maybe they haven't thought questions on things that other clients have. So This is a good one as well. They hold each other accountable, which also helps. They build relationship that keep them coming back. This is really powerful. So pricing is similar to kind of private coaching. So you can do 8 group members for 1,000 a month, and that gets you 100,000 a year. But here's the difference: you deliver once and serve many, and you get leverage without losing the depth, right? And then you can do weekly and bi-weekly calls too, a mix of training, implementation, live coaching. If you're a leadership consultant, I like to talk about, you can do a leadership circle, a cohorts of directors of VPs navigating similar challenges. You name it. You can probably have great ideas depending on your specialty. Um, as a consultant, I have the Advisor Accelerator where you help other consultants build their practices. This is super powerful because, they have different disciplines within being as a consultant, but to build a practice it's a similar framework. So it helps each other and helps collaborate with each other as well. So if you want to stop trading hours for dollars without sacrificing quality, group coaching is your answer. You can also do keynote speaking. You can charge 3 to 10,000 per talk. You get paid to share your expertise on stages. You can go to corporate events, associations, conferences. At a $5,000 talk, you can get 2 gigs and you hit 100,000 a year, 2 gigs per month to get 100,000 a year. And right now, organizations are really hungry for speakers on AI, marketing, leadership, business growth. You can deliver a compelling talk, and there's really demand for wanting something like that. So you can totally do that. So here's the truth: you don't need 8 products, you don't need 10 offers, you don't need to build everything at once. You just need to choose one, the first logical product based on your strengths. So here's the cheat sheet for you. Do you love teaching? Then start with a masterclass. Are you strong on camera? Then start with a challenge. Do you want passive income? Start with templates. Do you love mentoring? Start with group coaching. Do you want to build authority fast? Build a certification. Are you testing ideas? Then create an ebook. Corporate background, start with workshops or advisory retainers. Are you already maybe consulting hourly? Package it into a name program with fixed pricing. So start where you shine and expand from there. One product, positioned well, and sold consistently can change your entire business. You don't need complexity, you just need clarity. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. You're not stuck because you're not good enough. You are stuck because your brilliance is trapped in a format no one can buy. Once you package it, once you give it a structure, a name, a price, everything changes: your confidence, your clarity, and your revenue. You now understand the 5 learning styles, the 8 digital products, and the 4 service offers that can turn your expertise into real income. So if you want help choosing the right product for your business, or you want to build your first, AI power offer, um, take my free consultation call to help you through, or a strategy call to help you go through this process. Okay. So you have the expertise, you have the audience, now you have the structure. Okay. Thank you so much for joining this episode. I hope it was helpful. Share it with whoever thinks that could benefit from it. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.